Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Good evening. We're here in Belfast Aldergrove and we're on VATSIM, and this is quite a rare position that we're in, with having fully staffed ATC on in a place like this, and we are here in the A2A Cherokee, the old beloved Cherokee. So let's have a look at our VAT spy today. So we've got, as I say, fully staffed in Belfast Aldergrove, which is quite rare, very rare I should say. We have Belfast City, which is also covered, and Belfast Aldergrove approach and departure is probably going to cover Belfast City, it depends, and then of course we are within the bounds of Scottish control. We've got Dublin on there as well, and things going on down in London. But anyway, so we've got a number of inbounds and outbounds, most of them just easy jets, etc., etc. The usual suspects. But today I'm going to fly from Aldergrove. I'm going to try to do a touch and go at Belfast City, and then I'm going to go up to Glasgow. I'm going to try and do this VFR. Cloud base today is 2,500 feet, so we definitely... Oh, what is that? Okay, no, I thought I recognized that vehicle. We definitely have room to play with. We can definitely stay below 2,000 feet. So, it's been a while since I've flown the Cherokee. So let's just go and have a look. Fill up the tanks there on either side. Let's see, this is what I wanted. Okay, yeah, it's been a while since I've flown this. Let's just check what's going on. Okay. With only half an hour on it, or with only 0.3 hours, it's pretty much like new. I don't see anything that's... do we want the nose? Let's put those on, they look cool. Let's put the wing root fairings and the flap gap seals. We're going to be landing... Let's just try that. I never try the other battery, but anyway, right. That should be good. Let's go inside, and I'm not 100% happy with that. Oh, is that the viewpoint? Okay, let's just reset tracker. Oh, okay. So we've got the door open, and who is that? Okay, let us close the door. The door, and lock the door, very important, and let's take off and just make sure that we have a full range of motion. Okay, cool. Right, so from here what we need to do is listen to ATIS. That's the first thing we're going to do. But before we do that, let me just show you plan G. So we're going to take off VFR, heading south, or heading southwest-ish over Lough Neagh. Going to take a left-hand turn and then fly, get into a circuit for Belfast City, do a touch and go, and then depart Belfast to the north. We'll be on Scottish control at that point. And then just following up the coast, probably bypass Stranraer there, all the way up the coast VFR till we get to Glasgow. And we have some ATC on in Glasgow as well. Full ATC, in fact, so it's going to be a pretty busy day. So without much further ado, let's turn on the battery. Like so. Okay. You can hear that coming online there. Let's just bring our... Upon entering the cabin, airplane weight and balance checked. Well, it's going to be me. It's going to be Heidi. Let's have a 4-person crew here with bags, so full. Close and secure cabin door. Control wheel has been removed. Controls are free and correct. I did check that. Ignition and avionics are off. Okay, right. Okay, you just want me to do a full check then. Check fuel quantity. Fuel quantity as we filled up is full on both sides, and that is... Oh, there it is. Well, it's not really showing now at the moment because the electricity is not on, but oh, number 6 master switch on. Yeah, fuel quantity check. Yeah, full on both tanks. Fuel selector, fullest tank. Well, at the moment they're both full, but I always like to start with the left tank, which it is. Flaps extend all the way and then retract. Okay, so we can see that we're getting the full range there. Elevator trim set for takeoff. Let's go do that. It is in neutral, so I'm going to leave it in neutral. Let's just... Why not? Elevator trim, beacon, let's put the beacon on. Rotating beacon. The rotating beacon is rotating. You can see them all sitting there in the cabin. And what I'm going to do at this point is give them all headphones. Like so. Okay. Next page, engine starting and taxi. Well, what we're going to do first is we want to get ATIS and then talk to the tower before we run through that checklist. So let's just have a look at ATIS. ATIS is 128.2. So we really do need to actually... Oh, I thought that was avionics. Pitot heaters on. Radio master. There we go. I was looking for avionics as opposed to radio master. I did just reinstall this, so it should work in Prepared 3D version 4.3, and I'm very thankful to see that touchscreen to continue. Very happy to see that working. And last time I had an issue with the frame rates, but I can see that I don't really have any issue with those frame rates. Oh, it was the frame rates of... The frame rates of the actual animations inside might not work, but... anyway. So we're going to be VFR today, so we don't really need to put in a flight plan. So what we're going to do is Scottish control. ATIS is 128.2. 128.20. Enter. Right. Let's listen to that.
Is 25, surface wind 270, 9 knots, visibility 10 kilometer or more, broken 2,500 feet, temperature +17, dew point +13, QNH 1015, threshold elevation 268 feet, acknowledge receipt of information, Juliet, and advised aircraft type on first contact, Aldergrove information, Juliet, time 1820, runway is 25, surface wind 270, 9 knots, visibility 10 kilometer or more, broken 2,500 feet, temperature +17, dew point.
Okay, so that gave us information. Juliet, QNH 1015, and takeoff runway in use is runway 25. Let's just have a look at our chart. And that is going to be a a westerly takeoff, basically. So from 2 Foxtrot, which is where we are. Let's see if we can get moving charts on this chart. No, we can't. We basically taxi Charlie, not Charlie, taxi Lima, Bravo, and backtrack 25. That's probably, oh no, all the way up Alpha. That's what this can happen. So Lima Alpha. Yep. That's pretty much all we needed. Right, let's go to the tower. And while we, I don't know why that always pops up at the same time. While we tune the tower frequency, we also, oh no, actually no, ground. Wow, I'm so not used to actually having ground. So let's, and that is Lossiemouth. Interesting. There's lots of people on up here at the moment. Well, compared to the way it usually is. Right, ground is 12185. Ground is at 12185. Tower is 118. Is 118.3. Approach is 128.5. And then Belfast City Tower I'm just writing all this down. Grove. Belfast City Tower is 122.82. And then of course Scotland Control or Scottish Control is 135.52. And then Glasgow, we've got Glasgow. It's always helpful to, if I've got this many frequencies to deal with, I need to have them written down so I don't have to start fiddling around while I'm flying. So approach is 119.1. Tower is 118.8, and ground is 121.7, and ATIS, which would be helpful to get at Glasgow inbound, is 129.57. My goodness, there's going to be lots of frequency changing today. Right. So let's go over to tower and then tune the approach or radar, shall we call them, in the secondary. In standby. Let's just pop this up. Aldergrove Ground, Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra. Is that for me?
From your cleared to leave the altitude control zone to the east, not above altitude 1,500 feet, so up 4273.
That is cleared to exit the airspace from via the east, not above 1,500 feet, squawk 4273, Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra.
Golf Lima Sierra, read back correct, we're ready for startup.
We'll report ready for startup. Thanks, Golf Lima Sierra. Okay, so folks, sorry about that. Bit of a weird cut in the edit there. Basically, I got disconnected from the controller, and it was like a controller changeover, which I've never really experienced before in VATSIM. And then I remember him telling me to stand by, which I was for quite a while, waiting for him to call me back, and he never did. And then I called the new controller, and he was like, "Oh, you never called me." So yeah, lol. And there's some traffic coming in. So as you just heard, we got our VFR clearance to exit the area via the east, not above 1,500 feet, and squawk 4273. So let's just put that in there now. 4273, enter. That is...
And Belfast good evening, CC2 Juliet Papa.
Let's go on.
Easy to Juliet Papa, Lou Frank, good evening, taxi stand 17.
On alt.
Taxi stand 17. Easy 3 Juliet Papa.
That looks like to be the correct thing. Okay, so I'm pretty much ready for startup now because I've got my clearance and basically flying east, and we'll be requesting my handover to Belfast Tower quite soon after departure, to be fair. Probably take off east and then left-hand turn out, tracking straight east, and then pick up Belfast, and then he'll route me wherever he wants me for a touch and go, and then I will be outbound from there. So, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Okay, engine starting and taxi. Wheel brakes are on. Yes, the wheel brake. Well, the brakes are on. Carb heat should be off. Let's just do this for the moment. Yep, carb heat is pull to be on. It is off. Fuel selector, fullest tank, master switch is on. Electric fuel pump test. And that is working. Primer, 1 to 3 strokes. It's been a while since I've flown this bad boy. I'm going to give it 2. I don't think it needs too much. It's quite warm. Mixture is rich. Let's crack the throttle roughly 1 inch. Cracked area is clear. Ignition on both. Where is my ignition? My ignition is on both. All I have to do is hit press starter. But I'm going to call for startup clearance first. Aldergrove Ground, Golf Lima Sierra are requesting startup.
Golf Lima Sierra startup approved. Do you require pushback?
Negative on the pushback, thanks.
Roger.
Okay, so area is clear. That's just windows already open. Make sure no one's around. Don't want to make human sandwiches. Come on, baby. I didn't flood the engine.
Easy to check up some stand 72. Speak to you shortly.
Thank you.
Oh, that was a rough start. Look at the smoke pouring out of that thing. Shh. Nobody saw that. Should have really done a walk around, but with the amount of time I've spent with sorting out ATC on VATSIM, I decided not to do my walk around. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, A2A. I'm sorry. I didn't do my walk around. Lols. Lols. But if we have something go wrong in the air, then it's going to be fun to see. And yeah, it's going to teach me more of a lesson. So yeah, that's at least the idea. Ground, Golf Lima Sierra ready for taxi.
Golf Lima Sierra, fuel point Bravo via Lima.
Holding point Bravo via Lima, Golf Lima Sierra. Okay. Holding point Bravo via Lima. Okay, so that's straight there and I can just take off. Okay, cool. Brakes off. And nice thing about the Cherokee and the Comanche is that they're always very, very easy to taxi. They're not like tail draggers at all. Okay, let's just lean for ground operations. Let's bring that back to about 75% on the mixture. And of course, now that we've taxied out, let's put on the taxi light. If I can, let's just... Okay. Okay, so this is coming down Lima. We take a left, well, coming down, take a left on Lima. Yeah, left on Lima. Okay, so oil pressure. We did Okay, that's checked. That's all in the green. Fuel pressure's good. Oil temperature is pretty cold, but still good. That'll come up in time. The amp meter is in positive indication. Yeah. Just check left and right. Okay. Nav lights as required. We set them on. Altimeter is set. We did set that by default. Heading is set. Takeoff runway is 25, so let's just set that now. Actually, runway heading is that is 068. Hang on a second. No, 248. That's what I meant. That's the runway heading there. Okay, so heading set. Radio master is. Yep, thank you. Radio master is on. Let's just go to the map and zoom in. There we go, lovely GTN. Alright, okay, we're on Lima. Taxiing nice and slow. Let's set flaps 1 for departure. Okay, so ground check. We didn't do that, but we should be okay. Takeoff, seatbelts, checked. Flight controls free and correct. Did check those while we were at the gate. Elevator trim, we did set that. Mixture is, let's say that's now rich. Carb heat is off. Fuel selector is on the fullest tank. Electrical fuel pump on. Engine gauges are normal. We did check those. EGT, gyro suction. That's all good. Wing flaps as required. We have just set that. Okay. That was the takeoff. Lots of easy jets. It's nice to actually see traffic that is actually there, and to get the same amount of traffic as there should be in real life. Ryanair doesn't really fly into Belfast Aldergrove that much, if at all, in my experience. Maybe it's changed in recent years, but normally they don't. So I'm going to hold here.
Golf Lima Sierra, contact Aldergrove Tower, 118.3, bye-bye.
Over to 118.3, thanks, good evening. Okay, after that it's going to go 118.3, so it's going to go approach 128.5. Aldergrove Tower, good evening. Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra, holding with you, Bravo.
Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra, Aldergrove Tower, good evening. Have you been given any sort of clearance yet by ground?
A-firm, been given VFR departure to the east, not above 1,500 feet for Golf Lima Sierra.
Golf Lima Sierra, roger, Brian. Hold possession for now. There's an aircraft on final. I'll call you back in a few minutes.
Wilco. Okay, so as I take my feet off the toe brakes, and let's just review the situation. We've got ourselves, you see there's our, it's been, actually it's been hardly at all. We've got an aircraft on final, that's why he's told us to hold. It's been quite rare for me to fly the Cherokee in Prepared 3D version 4. I don't think I've done a proper Cherokee video in Prepared 3D version 4.3, but you can see the dynamic lighting is lovely.
There you go.
Oh, that wasn't for me, was it? I think maybe that was a misclick. So, let's see, what is this inbound here? Is this another EasyJet? Yeah, it's another EasyJet. Got lots of
Golf
EasyJet.
Lima Sierra, Hengel landing EasyJet 51 Mina, 5 Bravo, line up and wait runway 25 behind.
After the arriving aircraft, line up and wait behind runway 25 Golf Lima Sierra.
and Gulf Stream Sierra after departure of the left-hand turnout.
After departure, left-hand turn at Golf Lima Sierra, thanks. So that is as I was expecting. Left-hand turnout and easterly departure of the area to London City. And so after takeoff, he'll hand us over to approach, which we have in standby. So let's just now that he is just touched down now. Takeoff, seatbelts checked. We already went through this. We didn't really do the ground check. Hashtag YOLO. So, and I know why there's so many Airbus A319s landing at Aldergrove is because the FS Labs A319 just released recently.
CV54 Papa Lima, vacate next rate, contact Aldergrove Ground 121.75. Bye-bye.
Okay, nav lights are bright, landing light is on. Let's just make sure I don't have any other lights that I've missed. Strobe, let's get the strobe on. Yep. That's the light that I missed, lol. Radio stack. Look at those little strobes strobing away. Aren't they so cute? Oh, they're so cute. They're so small. Okay, let's try to get lined up on the center line here. Okay. I've been flying the FS Labs A319 all week, so this is gonna be fun.
Golf Lima Sierra with the left hand net runway 25, clear for takeoff, left swing 26 years of his name.
With a left-hand with a left-hand turnout, apologies, clear takeoff, Golf Lima Sierra. Wow. Okay, mixture smoothly rich. That was horribly unprofessional. Unprofessional of me. I'm sorry. What has gone wrong with my mouth all of a sudden? It just doesn't want to speak. Okay, 60 knots. Airspeed is alive. I can feel a little bit of a wind. There's 80 knots. And nose is already coming up by itself. There we go. We are up. And there's bird control man. Okay, 100 knots, let's go flaps up. And let's just begin trimming. Not above 1,500 feet, they said. Okay, let's do a left-hand turn. Okay, let's bring, well actually we're only at 1,000 feet, we can leave the mixture at rich for the moment. Let's bring the throttle down to 75% power though. We don't need to firewall this, or we will be too fast. Okay, so we're leaving the airspace quite quickly.
Golf Lima Sierra, contact Aldergrove Ground 128.5. Bye.
Over to 128.5, thanks for ATC, good evening, Golf Lima Sierra.
Bye.
Aldergrove approach, good evening, Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra with you, altitude 1,300 feet, heading 150, just departed the active.
Kilo Echo Lima Sierra, Aldergrove Radar, hello, squawk ident. And route towards Belfast City and report city in sight.
Just idented and route towards Belfast City, and we'll report city in sight to Golf Lima Sierra. Okay. So I am actually flying a little bit too fast. If that's, I'm just going to bring the propeller, the throttle back even further. My aircraft continually was wanting to nose up. You see the amount of down the amount of down trim I've had to put in. It's crazy. Okay, I'm going
998, heading 30 degrees. Heading 330 for sky 998.
Okay, that, whoa, up into the clouds. Need to keep below the clouds. Okay, so let's get our next frequency up and in. That will be Belfast Tower. I'm going to bet that's 122.82.
Easy 1175, descent, altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1015.
Let's keep below 1,500
3,000 on the
feet.
QNX 1015, easy 1175.
I know that big hill is the...
1175, turn left heading 300 degrees.
I'm coming into Belfast City from the east. You can actually
Confirm 300.
see it off there in the distance.
Easy 115, affirm.
And I've got to make sure I don't hit that tower I can see there on the hill. So VFR, very much visual flight rules, but we need to do this below the cloud layer. That's Belfast Aldergrove and Loch Ney behind me. And this is pretty much
998, descent altitude 2,000 feet.
straight east. The amount of down, wow.
2,000 feet for sky 998.
Okay, I've got to keep below 1,500 feet, but these hills are coming up to meet me.
Golf Lima Sierra, confirm you have Belfast City in sight.
I have the city in sight now, thanks for Golf Lima Sierra.
Golf Lima Sierra, left-hand orbit in your current position until advised.
Left-hand orbits for Golf Lima Sierra.
Ground now 98, turn right heading 010 degrees, clear left, runway 04.
There we go, that's better. So,
Turning right, heading 010, sky 998.
so the second that we graze 1,500 feet, we get
Negative, you are cleared for the ILS, runway 04.
we begin grazing the cloud
Cleared
layer.
ILS, runway 04.
So the cloud layer is actually,
Sky
it's
998.
stated as 2,000 feet, or 2,500 feet even, but we can see that it's actually come down.
Golf Lima Sierra, contact Belfast City Tower 122.825.
122.825. Thanks very much for ATC. Good evening, Golf Lima Sierra. Okay, over to the tower. Belfast Tower, good evening. Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra, currently circling left-hand orbits 1,400 feet east of, west of your area.
Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra Belfast Tower. We'll continue any orbits and I'll get back to you.
Okay. Okay, so for my own safety, because that terrain is very close to me, I am going to put up with a little bit of mist flowing past my cockpit windows. So I'm just going to stick between 15 and 1,600 feet, I think. That's better. I did feel like I was...
Belfast City Tower, good evening, Sky 998 with you, established on the localizer for runway 04 approach.
And I'm doing actually a little bit more than a rate one left-hand turn.
998.
But I'm just making sure that I don't bank any more than 30 degrees. That's my general rule of thumb at the moment.
Clear to land runway 04, sky 998.
Oh, they're coming in on the westerly approach. That's interesting. Because Aldergrove...
Sierra, join and report fire runway 04 following a private injection X. Practical private aircraft is light. Waterway turbulence, recommended distance is 4 miles.
Join and report final from a left downwind following the aircraft I can see ahead of me, and 4 nautical miles for the wake turbulence, Golf Lima Sierra. Okay, let's slow way down. Okay. And that tower I was always conscious of in my mind on the hill overlooking. So it's 04 is our runway. So let's just get that dialed in there. Roughly 04 there. So let's turn so that we're at 90 degrees. Just have a look at the EGAC. Just get that loading up. Just look what's going on here.
Belfast Tower, Shamrock, and please back with your request back park there, so Shamrock. Shamrock 873, Belfast Tower, hello again, stand live for your clearance, I'll call you back.
Okay, mixture is rich. Electric pump is on. It actually never came off because we've only just taken off. Let's turn base now. Fuel selector is pretty much still on fullest tank. Golf Lima Sierra finals.
Golf Lima Sierra, Roger, continue approach, runway 04, number 2, surface wind 270 degrees, 7 knots, and expect a late landing clearance.
Continue, number 2, Golf Lima Sierra. Okay, let's slow way down. Expect late landing clearance. If he gives us a go around, that's totally fine with
Shamrock
me.
873, after departure, runway 04, it is fly runway heading to 4,000 feet, squawk 4463, QNH1015.
After departure from runway 04, fly runway heading to plan 4,000 feet, squawk 443, QNH1015, and we are ready for pushback and start. Shamrock 873.
Shamrock 3, Roger, once you squawk 4463, I'll give you the official start clearance.
Okay, full flaps. That sounds like
Our apologies for that, this is Sky 99.
that on frig.
04 and vacate at Alpha 1.
That sounded like that
Yeah,
Elite
just wanted to
Dangerous
say,
YouTuber.
apologies, I wasn't able to break out of that one taxiway, so
Am I
making
right?
turn 180 and then exiting the first available taxiway.
Oh, he's gonna do a backtrack. Okay.
Golf Lima Sierra, go around the SIG go around the knot.
Go around Golf Lima Sierra.
Sky 9998, backtrack 04 and vacate Alpha 1, and that's no worries.
He missed his turn off, so he just decided to. That's fine.
Shamrock 873, pushing stars approved, south.
Pushing south base out, Shamrock 873.
Okay, trimming. Yeah, it looks like we've got a break in the clouds. It's coming over those hills. I was.
Sierra, enter right hacket and report right downwind from 04.
Report right downwind runway 04, Golf Lima Sierra. Nice! So we got... Let's bring that back to 75%. This thing really has power. So we got a...
Runway 04 vacated to the taxiway Alpha, Sky 9998.
Woo!
Sky 9998, thank you. Taxi the standard choice via Alpha.
So we got ourselves a little bit of a circuit thing going on at Belfast City.
Taxiing to parking by Park via Alpha, and apologies again for that go around. Sorry for that.
Sky 9998, it's not your fault at all, it's because 04, there's the lack of holding punch really, so it's not your fault at all, and you may have to wait a while behind the pushing aircraft from Alpha, so apologies.
That's very nice of him. Actually, I feel like I need to be a bit higher. That's very nice of that Airbus pilot to apologise. I'm going to make my circuit 1,500 feet because that feels too close to the land. Okay, I'm on right crosswind. He said report right downwind. Golf Lima Sierra turning right downwind.
Golf Lima Sierra, roger, report right base from me 4.
Report right base, Golf Lima Sierra. This is really good practice, I'm enjoying this. Okay, 1,500 feet. Alright. And that means that that Shamrock is going to taxi out and probably have to hold for me, so... Okay. I was all ready to go with my landing checklist, but... So let's just go through that now. Descent, mixture is rich, correct. Fullest tank, electric fuel pump, power, excellent. Okay, landing checklist, 75 to 85 with flaps up. Wing flaps below 115 miles an hour as desired. Airspeed 65 to 75 with flaps down. Touchdown, main wheels first. Landing roll gently lower nose. Braking minimum required. Okay, so we're going to do a flaps up.
General Gate 73, request taxi.
We're going to do a flaps
General
up
Gate 73, taxi via
touch and
Alpha,
go.
hold
So it's going to be pretty nice and fast.
City Alpha, Alpha 3, runway 04, General Gate 73.
And then away to Glasgow. Hopefully get there before it gets too dark. And
Sky 9998, following the Sharpton Air Lingus, Boeing 737, taxi via Alpha to the General Aviation apron, good night.
Taxiing to General Aviation following the Shamrock ahead of me. Sky 998.
this thing, it's because I have all of that baggage and those people in the back that's making me want to nose up all the time. Okay, let's just... There's the leading lights. Golf Lima Sierra turning right base.
Golf Lima Sierra, roger, runway 04, clear touch and go, surface winds 270 degrees, 7 knots.
Clear touch and go, runway 04, Golf Lima Sierra, thanks. Okay. Okay, this is good, this is good. The approach is clear, it's all me. Okay, so my lights are on, fuel pump is on. We're going to do a flaps up. There are the leading lights to the runway. So let's begin my final turnabout now. Nice and smooth. Those two yellow cranes there, that's where the Titanic was built, by the way. It was all done here in Belfast. Okay, I need to slow way down here now, so I'm going to bring that idle. And I'm going to dip down lower. See, the pappies are showing me I'm too low, but that's fine because I'm too fast, so I'm just going to bleed speed. Just arrest that rate of descent. And bleed that speed so that by the time... and trim, of course, as well. So try to hold that. There we go. Can feel that left-hand crosswind there. Okay, so a little bit of crab action happening. Nice dynamic lights. You see my landing light beginning there. And power is on again. 80 knots checked, and with flaps up, it's not too crazy a climb out like it was at Aldergrove. Okay. And that power station way on the horizon there that's poking up out of the terrain, that's called the kill route.
4873 via Alpha 3
Kill-
from me to clear
kill-
for 8 surface winds 270 degrees 7 knots, and after departure turn right heading 100 degrees.
It's called the kill route power station.
Ready for takeoff runway 04 up to departure, right turn heading 100 degrees Shamrock 873.
So from now we're just going to head...
Short 873 traffic information is the Cessna correction at Piper 28 on a crosswind runway 04.
I'm not on the crosswind.
Shamrock 873 has the stretch time.
Belfast Tower, just as Golf Lima Sierra, as per my flight plan, departing the area via the east, VFR.
Golf Lima Sierra Roger, can you turn right by 10 degrees just so you're not soft crosswind that's separated, and contact Aldergrove radar, no Scottish, Aldergrove radar on 128.5, goodbye.
Over to Aldergrove radar and turning right 10 degrees for Golf Lima Sierra. Thank you very much for ATC and your traffic, thanks.
That's all for flying, good night.
Okay, back to Aldergrove radar. It's 128.5, which is who we were on before, so we just need to flip this again.
Scott, your Juliet on that heading is starboard climb to runway 25.
Traffic.
Aldergrove radar, Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra with you again, currently 1,000 feet east of Belfast City, heading 060, requesting VFR departure of the area to the east.
North Kilo Echo Lima Sierra, Aldergrove radar, hello, score guidance, and what service do you require upon leaving controlled airspace?
Requesting just a basic service for Golf Lima Sierra.
Golf Lima Sierra, roger.
Come to think of it, I can't think of any other kind of service other than basic service. I need to Google that.
9001 Aldergrove radar, good evening. Score guidance, climb now, flight level 90.
Hi Dan, up to 90, easy 9001.
Easy 63, Tango Juliet, descend with the glide path.
Set up,
And there's the aircraft, that's the Shamrock that took off behind me. I've got some...
No, we're off
Cool.
radar Shamrock 873.
Look at that.
2,400 feet, head on.
That's cool. Look, there's my takeoff, there's my little orbits, and then there is my circuit, my touch and go.
873 Aldergrove radar, hello, score guidance, climb now, flight level 70.
Just keep heading on this heading. Not turning off this heading, thank you. By now, let's turn on to the right tank, because...
Shamrock 873, turn right heading 180 degrees.
Yep. That wing tank discrepancy is what's causing us to... it's what's causing us to... My goodness, the thing...
D9001, contact Scottish Control 35.525.
This thing just wants to just jump into the... It just just wants to jump
EV
to the amber bar.
Aldergrove Tower 118.30, bye-bye.
You know what? Screw it. I'm going to fly it in the amber bar.
Golf Lima Sierra, leaving control airspace, basic service.
Basic service, Golf Lima Sierra, thanks. This really is ridiculous. I'm on almost full down deflection on the stabilizer.
3 climb flight level 80.
Just to fly.
Okay, so Shamrock 873.
Just to fly straight and level. Almost full down deflection, and that's because I have 85 pounds of baggage in the back plus 4 people inside on almost full fuel as well. So there we go. So all I know is I need to fly between I'm just going to say I'm going to fly 050 actually, and I can climb actually above, he said not above 1,500 feet, but now that I'm over the ocean and I'm in basic service, I'm going to, actually no, I'm going to stick down to where I said I would on my flight plan. It's always a good practice. Yep. Okay, so that's full downwards deflection now. I can't trim down anymore, and I'm still climbing. What is this? It's not like my flaps aren't down.
Okay, 73, contact control 135 to 525.
So this aircraft trim. So maybe I didn't overload. The aircraft isn't overloaded. It's just the CG is quite far back, which I should have thought about beforehand, but.
Radar run S58 for Victor climbing 5,000.
There's Whitehead.
58 Bravo Victor, Aldergrove Radar, hello, scorecard in, forecasting altitude.
3,500 for 5,000.
We'll get over to Stranraer. I'm just going to fly the whole way in manual, just because if I put it on autopilot, the autopilot uses the trim control to maintain altitude,
Bravo Victor, climb now, flight level 90.
and it won't be able to do that since I'm bang up against. But at least I'm going 150 knots. I never thought this thing could go 150 knots. There I am, heading out into the brave unknown. Okay, so Scotland controls 135.52. So that's for whenever I go over to Scotland control. There's Scotland over there, you can see. I'm just going to fly right up the coast ahead of me. There's a little ferry. That's probably the Belfast to Stranraer.
Friday, Bravo Victor, contact service 135.525.
It's probably the Belfast to Stranraer ferry. The Stena Line ferry. Not the catamaran HSS though. Obviously. See, we're just scudding below the cloud layer here. At 145 knots in ground speed. Still can't, still don't feel like taking my hand off of the controls and putting it on autopilot because I don't have enough trim. I suppose we could try. Let's go turn on the autopilot. Okay, we could turn on the altitude. No, actually it does work. Okay. I thought it wouldn't. That gives my hand a bit of respite. Yeah, you see, it's constantly wanting me to trim down. It's going to sit there and beep at me the entire way. But at least it's holding. Yeah, it's continually beep at me, but it is holding. I didn't think it would continue to hold like that. That's really good. There's the Scottish coast.
Golf Lima Sierra, you're leaving my airspace now. Squawk 7000. If you'd like a further service, you can free call Scottish Control on 135.525.
Squawk 7000, and if I want extra company, I'll go over to Scotland Control. Thanks very much for ATC. Good evening, Golf Lima Sierra.
Aldergrove, good afternoon, Ryder 6, correction, good evening, Ryder 6, center park short, 8,500 feet and then visual approach to 5 at Aldergrove. 065, 10 flight level 100 fraction 7, Pepper.
American 800, contact Shamwick Radio 131.8 and report back on frequency.
Okay, just pause my track IR.
I'm going to set up sensor on 131.8 and I'll report back after the clearance. Thanks, American 1.
Easy 9001, no further ATC, monitor unit on 122.8.
122.8, thanks for giving me easy 9001.
Okay, so Glasgow approach 119.1.
Go ahead, fraction 70,
Fraction 70, another radar control service.
You can see that you can see that the autopilot, it's trying to hold that, but it's not managing to. So I'm basically just gradually climbing because my aircraft is so heavy in the back. It's pointing the nose up and it can't get that nose down. That's crazy. I've never had that problem before. Never had that problem before. Okay, I don't want to hit that coast, so I'm just going to turn. What I could do is I could throw that baggage out the window.
Setting 060, speed 240, fraction 70, Pepper.
There we go. So I threw that baggage out.
100, speed 240 knots.
That's like 100 speed 240, that's 4,000 ago.
Okay, so I threw the baggage out, and it still wants me to nose to... Wow. it still wants me to trim down, even though I threw out 85 pounds of baggage from the back. But it seems to be holding slightly better though. Wow, I've never had this problem before.
John 9 Bravo, climb now for the 350. Correction 7G, Papa, report your heading speed to Aldergrove radar on correction 128.5.
Heading in speed to 128, fraction 70, but thanks for bye.
November 1000 Golf radar control service, turn right heading 060 degrees.
Roger, right, 060, about 1 ago.
I'm going to be hitting 2,000 feet here. Scottish Control, good evening. Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra, currently with you VFR 1,900 feet, flying northeast up the coast towards Glasgow.
Golf Kilo Echo Room, correction, Golf Echo Lima Sierra, Scottish Control, hello, what service do you require?
Requesting basic service for Golf Lima Sierra.
Golf Lima Sierra, Roger, Squawk 4273.
Squawk 4273, Golf Lima Sierra. Made that mistake again. Let's see, 4273.
November 1000 Golf, report your heading to Aldergrove radar on 128.5.
Heading 1285, 1,000 flight.
I think maybe the only way I could change this is if I threw someone out the back, but I don't really want to do that. It doesn't say here anywhere about CG though.
I know 58 Bravo Victor leaving my airspace, proceeding from 12.8. Shuttle 9 Bravo, route directing cross. Sierra Basic Service, pressure at QNH 1015.
Presswick QNH 1015, thanks for the basic service, Golf Lima Sierra.
Shuttle 9 Bravo, route directing cross.
Just took over manual control again because I was getting too high there. Okay, I can't fly that fast then. I'm gonna have to bring the throttle back down to 70% in cruise.
Delta Charlie, H7, Charlie, Zulu, 4320, overhead, 4
EG78 Charlie, Scottish Control, Tweed 3 Alpha, arrival, landing runway 24.
Into landing, runway 24, EG78 Charlie, Zulu.
Okay, that's a bit better. Let's try that. Now I've taken the power right back. Okay, that's holding 1,500 feet. On QNH 1015, which is correct. Ah, wants me to trim up slightly.
Scottish Hello, EasyQ on Charlie Quebec, 10F35 at 175 to 150.
Yeah, I was just trying to hammer it too hard on the engine, and that was creating too much power and therefore too much.
Quebec close control, hello, fly radar heading 360 degrees, descend flight level 120.
Radar heading 360 degrees to San Flight 120, C1 Charlie Quebec.
Scotland Centre, American 800 is the backward shoe. We just had the oceanic clearance.
American 800, Scottish control, welcome back.
Good evening, Centre AC115.
Okay, coming into the Class D Scottish TMA, which is 5,500 feet. So it's about 4,000 feet above us, which isn't a big deal to us right now, but good to know at least.
Heading 120 up to 110 for EC1175.
Okay, that trim setting suits us a lot better now. What is that way out there? Oh, it's a little island just there. Okay. Right, so soon we're going to be doing a frequency change to Glasgow. Glasgow approach is 119.1. Let's just double check that we did set that, which we did. And then after Glasgow, 119.1, the tower's 118.8, so good to know. And sun is setting very nicely, very beautiful. And thankfully we are still in VFR conditions down here. Any higher and we wouldn't really be. And if we don't get a frequency change to Glasgow anytime soon, we will request frequency change ourselves. Oh, really? They all just went offline. Ah well, okay, so we're basically just still with him then.
EG1175, climb flight level 30.
230 for EC1175.
EC78 Charlie Zulu, expect flight level 70 at Barton. When ready, send flight level 260.
Expect level 70 Barton and then ready to send level 260 EC78 Charlie Zulu.
Just looking for
Go on, you know I can live in Sierra Scottish.
I'll go ahead for Golf Lima Sierra.
No Blue Sierra, you cleared to transit the pressure control zone south to north, not above altitude 2,000 feet. Yeah.
Cleared to transit the Prestwick airspace south to north, not above 2,000 feet VFR, Golf Lima Sierra, thanks. Oh, he is good.
Lima Sierra, correct, break easy 1115, resume navigation direct to G-KELS.
He just gave me permission to transit this airspace here. And he didn't need to do that. That was very good of him. Sometimes area controllers are just so busy that they don't pay any attention to you whatsoever. So nice thing about the GTN 750 avionics suite, which is an add-on to the Cherokee, is that it shows you your boundaries to your ATC zones, and that zone right there is the one he gave us clearance to move through. So he said not above 2,000 feet, and the terrain ahead of us is looking to come up. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm actually going to skirt around on the coast. So if I just have a look here.
EC2 on Charlie Quebec, descend flight level 100.
Yeah, I'm going to skirt around the coast.
Hello 100 EC2 on
rather than go over this hill. So autopilot off. Let's just turn over to the coast. Lovely evening. Good sunset. turn the landing lights off now. It's quite a high area there.
Easy 200 about report you're heading to with radar 128.5.
Aldergrove 128.5 is the one shining below.
Oh, there's an aircraft. No, that's not an aircraft. That's a windmill. Okay. So from here, now that we've flown around this higher area of terrain,
Easy 503 Victor's got a shallow turn right heading 130 degrees and climb level 220.
you can actually see on the GTN 750 that area just there that's slightly lighter. That means that's the area that I've just gone around instead of over the top. It just seemed a little bit too is that a caravan park? Oh, yes.
Hello, it's 100 Hotel
Easy 400 Hotel Sky Control, hello, continue present heading.
I'm having the 500.
So yeah, VFR from Ireland to Scotland all the way around 1,500 feet because of the cloud layer.
Level 130 is essential, isn't it?
Golf Lima Sierra radar control service.
Golf Lima Sierra, go ahead.
Golf Lima Sierra is a radar control service.
Radar control service, thanks for Golf Lima Sierra. Whoa, visibility. So I just went from a basic service to a radar control service, which I don't fully understand. I'll have to Google it. Okay, so from here, it's only a hop, skip and a jump up to Glasgow.
Easy 503 Victor, climb flight level 350.
530.
Ooh, is our weather going to get any worse? Oh, we've got tower on though. 118.8, let's just go. No, let's not talk because we're on the active at the moment. Yeah, this is IFR now. This went from VFR to IFR quite quickly.
Easy 400 Hotel, turn left by 5 degrees, report heading.
Left by 5, and that will be 315 is the 500.
Okay, Glasgow 115.4. $115.4.
Easy 1175, no further ATC to Unicom 122 decimal 8.
122 decimal 8, thanks for service easy 1175, good night.
Right.
So from here, 17 degrees. Set 17 degrees.
Easy 49 Juliet Hotel, speak 270 knots or less. Easy 49 Juliet Hotel, 270 knots or less.
270 on passing, 100 at a time.
Squadron Center, American 800 is back in the cockpit.
American 800, Scottish Control, roger.
Scottish Control,
Leaving control airspace leaving control airspace 3 miles basic service.
basic service, Golf Lima Sierra, and my visibility is decreasing. Is it possible that I can go to an IFR, IFR arrival into Glasgow?
Golf Lima Sierra, roger. Climb to altitude 4,000 feet. Glasgow QNH is 1014.
QNH 1014, climb altitude 4,000 feet, and I'm just heading direct inbound to Glasgow on radial 017.
Golf Lima Sierra, roger.
Well, that was relatively easy. So climb 4,000 feet now.
Easy 503 data. Resume own navigation direct to Icto.
And navigation direct to Icto, easy 503.
I'm really happy to get away from the terrain now. Oh, and this is a scenery loading. If you can't fly underneath it, you got to go IFR and fly into it. So that's the way of it. Let's just make sure that we stay on that radial. How's our wing tank? Tanks can go over to left tank again.
Your own terrain clearance is our traffic service. Fly heading 050.
Was that for Golf Lima Sierra?
Golf Lima Sierra 87. Taking your own terrain clearance. It's traffic service. Fly heading 045.
Fly heading 045, Golf Lima Sierra, thanks. Woo, just hit some turbulence. Yeah, he said for your own terrain clearance. Still climbing to 4,000 feet.
Easy 78 Charlie Zulu, descend flight level 90.
Descend level 90, easy still Charlie Zulu.
And I did just notice that Glasgow Tower came back on. EGPF Tower 118.8. So let's just get that done.
Good evening, Scottish Control. Easy to Nana Whiskey Papa with you, going 73700. Level at flight level 240, heading 309.
Easy to Nana Whiskey Papa, Scottish Control, hello, route direct Mesa.
Route direct Mesa. Easy to Nana Whiskey Papa.
Easy 503 Victor, no further ATC, monitor unit on 12 estimate.
Actually, come on to the estimate 3D5, so we can have it out of the way.
Easy 4 Juliet Hotel, descend flight level 160.
Final 160 to present final to that.
Golf Lima Sierra, expect vectoring for the ILS runway 23.
Expect vectors for ILS 23, Golf Lima Sierra.
Easy 78 Charlie Zulu, descend flight level 70 and fly heading 020 degrees.
Descend level 70, heading 020.
Let's just do 110.1. Okay, just putting in the ILS frequency for runway 21. Oh, runway 23, correction, sorry. So let's just put in... That's going to be 23 something.
Easy 49 Juliet Hotel, speed 250 knots or less.
So let's just I'm trying to do this with my left hand, which is why.
Golf Lima Sierra, turn left heading 040 degrees, radar control service.
Left turn 040 Golf Lima Sierra. And that's 4,000. Let's not go underneath that then. Now bring the autopilot back in. Runway 23 is 229. Right, that's the ILS when we need it. Let's go heading control and altitude control. Like so. Lovely. Oh dear. Right, so let's just go over what we've done with our left hand on our right-handed mouse on VATSIM scudding through the clouds.
Scottish Control, easy to China Whiskey Papa, level at flight level 2.
Okay, so he's just going to bring us round.
Easy to Whiskey Papa, leave Maesop heading 315. And
okay, so we've got 110, 110.1. Double check, that's 110.1. And that is
flight level at
localizers 232.
Negative 180.
It's 232, not.
That's a correction. Flight level 180. Easy to Nana Whiskey Papa.
229 or 232.
Easy.
I'm going to go off what Plan G says, just because I have a
fly heading 130 degrees, climb flight level 130.
I'm going to go off what Plan G says. I know Giuseppe charts are correct to the real world,
Juliet Hotel D7 flight level 140.
but I feel that my Giuseppe charts, I feel that my my Plan G is taken from the P3D database, whereas the Giuseppe charts are modelled off real life, and then therefore I think my Plan G localizer track is probably going to be a little more accurate than the Giuseppe charts, because the P3D runway and airport database does not update with real world figures. It just doesn't. So that was my choice.
Sierra, turn left 025.
Turn left 025 Golf Lima Sierra.
Easy 285, climb flight level 290.
It's just vectoring me in. It's probably going to bring me all the way over here and then around.
Hotel D7 flight level 100.
I'm glad I'm back on autopilot, particularly now I'm IFR, so... Okay, so let's think about... frame rates are in the toilet. Which is pretty crazy. Right, so landing again, airspeed 75.
00 contact.
65 to 75 with flaps down. Touchdown main wheels first, landing gently lower nose, braking minimum required. Descent power as desired. Mixture has been rich all this time. It is currently still rich. That's fine. Electric fuel pump is on. Actually, the electric fuel pump, we've been so low.
QNH is 1013.
Let's 010, the 747 speed, it's 1013, easy 7 neutrality.
We've been so low that we haven't needed to take the fuel pump off. And I'm looking, I'll really look forward to when I see the localizer needles coming alive. EGPF, there it is. Can we see an ILS track on GTN 750? Not yet. We may not be zoomed in far enough. But we have everything set up as we need. I'm happy right now. I'm really happy with the way the flights happened so far. To begin with,
Whiskey Papa, descend flight level 150.
we had a smooth
Descend flight level 150.
departure.
Easy to know, Whiskey Papa.
Had a smooth departure. We had a go around at Belfast City, which we weren't expecting, but we just slipped into the circuit and took it in our stride. And then an ATC.
Resume navigation direct Isle of Man.
ATC throughout this entire thing has been just excellent. So I'm really happy with that.
You want to try to make Scottish Hello, fly heading 135.
Heading 135.
Wow, my frame rates in this cloud bank. I've always had bad frame rates when the sun goes down for some reason. In that twilight period between like night and day, that transitional period has always given me bad frame rates, because in the middle of the
Charlie Mike, climb flight level 170.
in the middle of the day I can get fantastic frame rates, and at night time I have perfectly fine frame rates, but it's always in that middle period right now.
Right, heading 330 on Juliet.
And left heading 330 degrees.
He's going to tell me something soon.
That's 330, easy 7
He's just going to bring me...
Golf Lima Sierra, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, turn left heading 010 degrees.
Descend 3,000 feet, left 010 degrees, Golf Lima Sierra. 010. That's correct. And let's just descend.
Easy 49 Juliet Hotel, report your heading speed to Aldergrove radar 128.5.
128.5, easy 49 Juliet. Thanks for the service.
So the autopilot is currently holding
Easy
our heading,
Charlie Zulu, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
but I am controlling our descent with the joystick. So it's only partially automated at the moment. You know what, I'm just gonna...
Scottish Control Ryanair 362, flight level 80, inbound Trenton VOR with you.
Whoa! It is windy.
Ryanair 362, Scottish Control, you climb flight level 240.
Up to flight level 240, Ryanair 362.
Easy 285, actually my set now continue with Unicom 122.8.
Okay, and as soon as we get...
No,
don't climb. Descend.
Easy 29 Whiskey Papa, descend flight level 100.
Descend flight level 100, easy to know, Whiskey Papa.
Easy 78 Charlie Zulu, turn that heading 270 degrees, clear down left approach runway 24.
Right there.
270, clear down last 270 Charlie Zulu.
Easy 19 Charlie Mike, resume own navigation direct Isle of Man.
Oh no, direct Isle of Man.
Easy report you're heading to Aldergrove radar 128.5.
128.5, easy to know, Whiskey Papa.
Easy 19 Charlie Mike, climb flight level 230.
Flight 230, losing 1.
Localizer needle hasn't moved yet.
Golf Lima Sierra, turn left heading 320 degrees.
Turn left heading 320 degrees, Golf Lima Sierra. Golf Lima.
Easy 78 Charlie Zulu, surface wind 260 degrees, 11 knots, runway 24 clear to land.
24 clear to land, aviation of the next travelers.
Okay, so that's even saying that's what that is. It's just I'm not seeing it on the gauge yet.
Golf Lima Sierra, turn left heading 26, ILS approach, runway 23.
Turn left heading 260 degrees and cleared ILS 23 Golf Lima Sierra. Duh. 26. Okay. I'm going to put it on... I'm going to put it down here instead. Because I'm not seeing that on... Nav 1 is not playing ball for me at the moment. I don't know why. I don't know why that's not working. Should work, because that should give me the glide slope information, and it's not. Ah.
Easy 19 Charlie Mike, leaving my airspace, once you from 122 decimal 8.
Leave on the 122 decimal 8.
That's 232. Yeah, I don't know why that's not working. It's because I just recently installed the GTN 750 and maybe I'm just still not close enough. Maybe I'm just still not close enough. I really hope so. I really hope
Sierra,
so.
contact Glasgow Tower, 18 decimal 8.
118.8, thanks very much for a fantastic ATC, Golf Lima Sierra.
Thanks for the time, have a good evening.
Glasgow Tower, Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra, currently with you, ILS 23. Blah 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 blah.
Golf Kilo Echo Lima Sierra, Glasgow Tower, grazing, approach runway 23, number 1.
Continue approach runway 23, Golf Lima Sierra. Okay. Okay, so as soon as I hit that green area.
Okay, Delta 213, cleared to Manchester, Nova 1 Hotel, runway 23,
No.
4370.
So if I just quickly...
Delta 213.
Yes, right, if I turn that off now it's going to work. I'm just going to continue the rest of this flight without...
Skyways 21 Echo Mike, stand 10, push and start.
Skyways 21 Echo Mike, stand 10, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, Skyways 21 Echo Mike.
Landing light on. Yeah, I know why that happened. The reason that nav 1 gauge wasn't working was because I just installed the GTN 750 and I had to tweak the Cherokee configurator app.
Easy 14 Lima Romeo, squawk 0471 and squawk mode Charlie. Hopefully I set at runway 23, clear to land, surface winds 250 degrees.
Clear to land, runway 23, Golf Lima Sierra. Oh, I am so happy to get out of those clouds. Yeah, so back to the issue there. I was... Let's just... I was... I just reinstalled the GTN 750, and in doing so I had to then engage, I had to enable the GTN 750, the Flight 1 GTN 750 in the configurator, and in doing so it must not have synced up that gauge to work correctly with the GTN. So when I next start up P3D and fly this, it should work, but it's because I had P3D already open that it didn't fully sync up properly, those two systems. So here's Glasgow, and next time I'll fly up to Inverness where I live, so I'll do that for you guys. But yeah, it's been a pretty chill video this evening in terms of talking. I haven't sat and talked too much about the channel and life in general too much. I know you viewers are kind of sitting around 5,500 subscribers right now, and I'd like to continue to grow that. This is a really smooth approach. I'm doing really well by accident, actually.
81-4 Lima Romeo Sport Board Charlie, and confirm your British Start Station 135.525.
Okay, is there a ground controller? Would be good to know. No, there's not.
Easy 1-4 Lima Romeo, you repeated it to me, which means I thought you would know it, but it's Scottish Control 135.525. Say again, it's 135.525.
I haven't talked much about...
135.525
about things in general, but I do a fair amount of streaming these days. More streaming than I ever have before, and usually I'll stream and I'll not, sometimes I'll stream and I'll not save that video on the YouTube channel, so...
Okay, Delta 2-3, your first position start.
So if you're not watching the stream live, then you won't see that video afterwards. But then sometimes I will do a proper live stream, and then I will save that stream on the YouTube channel, like the constellation videos. Okay, coming in a bit fast here, so I'm going to pull power.
Skyway's 2 on Echo Mike, ready for
And
taxi.
it's going to be a flaps up landing.
Skyway's 2-1 Echo Mike, taxi via Alpha, holding point Alpha 1, runway 23.
Taxi via Alpha to Alpha 1, Skyway's 2 on Echo Mike.
Okay.
Delta 213 after these Skyways, line 77 passes behind you, left to right, stand 1-1, push on start proof.
Okay, after the Fly UK...
There's a lot of aircraft down there.
Delta 213.
Okay, vacating left.
Golfina Sierra, vacate left and hold Delta 1.
Vacate left, taxi, sorry, say again.
Golfina Sierra, taxi and hold at Delta 1, and then I'll give you further taxi instructions.
Hold Delta 1, thanks, Golf Lima Sierra. Delta 1, Delta 1. Ah, okay, right, I got you. I got you, buddy. I got you. It's a little bit cockpit heat. going to flush out this.
Golf Lima Sierra, do you have a preference of parking? Would you want to go to the northern G8 or the area Juliet?
Wherever you want to put me, the GA apron would suit, the one that's just off Juliet for Golf Lima Sierra.
Golf Lima Sierra, Roger, taxi by Alpha to area Juliet, connect.
Taxi up Alpha to the Juliet apron for Golf Lima Sierra, thanks. Woo! Okay, so now we've just come off the active, so let's bring the strobe off. And let's leave the nav and the landing light on, just because big aircraft around with big sucky turbofan engines like to eat little aircraft like me for dinner, and we do not want that to happen. And boy is it laggy. And that is Golf we are on currently. He didn't mention Golf, but he said Alpha, so he assumed that we would taxi up here anyway, so that's fine. Woo, it's been a long video, I feel, but it's been involved. There's been a lot going on. I will debrief as soon as we get stopped. Why is there a Delta 737 here? You have no business being here, sir. Be gone. Go back to the New World from whence you came. Is that Alpha? No, that's not.
Skyways 21 Echo Mike 5 Alpha and runway 23 cleared for takeoff. Surface wind 25037 knots.
Clear for takeoff, runway 23, Skyways 2 Echo Mike.
That's Alpha up left. There we go. Just up left here. And then from Alpha we go Juliet. Is that Juliet there? Yes, that is. Alright guys, that's fun. That was a lot of fun. I didn't have my QNH set correctly. Lol. But it was okay. We didn't die. Wow, deja vu. I remember one of the very old YouTube videos I did with Melvin Kirk when I was first learning how to fly on VATSIM VFR. We flew into Glasgow and we parked just here. And this must have been like 5 years ago? That's amazing, the memories you make, even though it's on a simulator, but locational memories. Okay, so I'm just gonna park over by this shed and just swing it around and turn it off. Ooh, it's been a good flight, and it's very rare to have. Yeah, we're gonna turn around and stop here and just watch this aircraft take off. What is that, United? No, default.
Traffic.
There's the parking brake. Okay. Golf Lima Sierra shutting down at the GA parking. Thanks very much for fantastic ATC. Good evening.
Golf Kilo Lima Sierra, thank you for flight to both airports tonight. I'll see you soon. Good night.
Okay, so radio off, pitot heat off, throttle idle, mixture lean, wait for the prop to stop turning and then we turn the mags off, and the fuel pump. Whew. Well, burnt about a quarter of our fuel. And nothing's dead. So I'd call that a successful evening. So folks, thank you very much for joining me. I had a fantastic flight, and as a normal, it's always normal that flights on VATSIM never go according to plan. From the very beginning to the very end, they never ever turn out the way you think they will. What just came in? Something just spawned in. Right from the beginning, right to the very end, it just never ever goes the way you think it will. And that's the curse, and that's the curse of VATSIM, flying online, and the exciting part at the same time. And flying amongst this crowd of commercial jets in full ATC conditions is always rewarding, and you always learn something new. And look at that, the ATC is still online, still going strong. Fantastic ATC. The service across Ireland and Scotland this evening, it was exemplary. They really knew their stuff and did very well. So big thumbs up to them for that. And yeah. Next time we might fly into Inverness next time when we get some Scottish ATC up there. Other than that, we'll probably do some American flying soon. I definitely want to go do that. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and without much further ado, this video is already long enough as it is. I will call it an evening. So yeah, good evening. Have a good weekend.